Hey everyone, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel, and we have another Upland video today with some big and interesting news. Something many of you probably aren't too surprised by, but it should be exciting and fun and a new adventure in the lazy node world. All right, first we love the likes, love the subscriptions, love seeing new comments, all of that. Love it when you share stuff too. And Upland has been pretty exciting lately. A lot of stuff going on with the Rio release, which is where I just was. Then we had the Porto release. We've got lazy node contests going on, all kinds of things happening. So you can see here's Porto. And a lot of people have asked me in our Discord, we've got a link below to our Discord, not just me, but other people, have they been selling properties in Porto? And just a quick update, I have been selling properties in Porto. I can't remember how many I had here, but I can always go to my messages and see. I have a trade I didn't look at. My Manhattan ones, I'm still going to do a video on that eventually here. But I've got a property here that's sold in Porto. That was actually Queens. That was a trade. Porto. This is another trade I did in Rio. That's why the prices are so low. We traded a bunch of different properties there. And, there we go. Porto. Porto. So we have sold quite a bit in Porto. I've got a lot going on lately with different trades and different things that you can see there. But it isn't like flying off the shelf like crazy, right? And my margins haven't been super high. A lot of this small stuff, if we log in or zoom in here and show, I've got this listed for 21.9, which is actually way too high now that I look at it. And I paid 12 for it. So, maybe a 50% markup is what I've been seeing, not like 200 or 300%, which would always be nice, but not huge markups, but stuff is still selling. We're still making a profit. So that's good. So you can't always expect to make massive gains. You can see here that one's, that's like a 50% profit not selling, but some have been. And there's a lot for sale in Porto. If you look at all the green for sale, and I don't know if I'm partly to do with this, but I think a lot of strategies on new city mints is you mint as much as you can and you sell as much as you can before the collections, right? There's not a lot of people holding properties in new cities, and I don't know if that's good or bad. That's how I've made a lot of money doing it. I've talked a lot about it on YouTube and here, so I think that's a lot of people's strategies now, is not trying to get, speculate on the collections, because as we've seen with the last city releases, it's real, you can sometimes guess where the collections are, but even if you do that, there's not that big of a bonus for doing it, but there's such a massive deduction if you're wrong, right? We saw it in Rio, where we saw Atlantica, Memdesa, whatever that road is. Those were collection roads I talked about a lot, about, hey, I think these might be collections, and they were collections, but prices didn't even go up that high after they became collections. They kind of just stayed the same. But other roads that weren't collections were high, dropped like a tank. So it's kind of like, what's the point of trying to speculate on collections if there's not that reward for the risk you're putting out there? So I think that's the new strategy a lot of people are using. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent now. Okay, so what is the exciting news? Well, we just did our contest in the lazy node and picked a new winner. If you missed that, it is in Neponset and it should finish up quick because it was a small townhouse. And then we'll do another contest here. So let's see how that one is doing. 3:30, I think I remember the address. Look at that. They are down to 6 days to finish that. So if we get a few more people putting Spark on there, we can really quicken that up. And I know a lot of times we've got some bigger players who hop on there, but it takes them a little bit. So that'd be cool to get that finished up. And then we still have the other contest winner. Is it right here? Is that? Nope, that's not it. Must be this one right here, who is really close too. And they're at 4 days. So they still have quite a few people helping that one get built. So that's cool to see. And so we'll have two of them probably finish up real close to each other. So maybe we won't do another contest this week. It might be next week before we get that one done, and then we'll do another one. But look at all the buildings popping up in Neponset. Neponset is doing fantastic. It's really cool to see. It's really cool to see people put their home addresses in here. I haven't looked lately to see how many we're up to, but it's been lots of fun. And then Yeah, I like it. So this news does have to do with the lazy nodes. We have that lazy node in Neponset and our other lazy node in Queens up here. Oh, there we go. And not quite as much building going on in Henry Ford, but still quite a bit. Lots of the small townhouses, mansion, different stuff going on here. So that's cool to see. And then let's go over here. I've still got my factory going, and it is at, let's see how many days left. 32. It's getting closer. So that's cool to see too. All right, so what is the exciting news? I know we've been dragging this out a little bit. After pressure, not really pressure, but lots of insights and different things from different players and different things going on, we are going to start another node. So again, it's going to be very lazy. I don't even know what we're going to do yet, but it is going to be in Kokoda, if that's how you say it, and we're calling it the Lazy Bird node. Why are we saying that? Because when you search for Kokoda on Google, you get this fruit and these birds. So these weird parrot things. So we were talking on our Discord. Again, if you haven't been on the Discord, we've been talking about Kokoda for a while. But we literally decided to make it a node like this morning. So it isn't something that we've been planning and doing for a long time. I have mentioned it over and over on my channel before. I like this area. I think it could be a future node. So it's not like some secret we kept while we bought properties. But I just wasn't ready to make it like an official node yet. But then there was a few players, I think, who have continued to buy in here. And the thing that really changed my mind is one, another player who's active on our channel had said they pretty much decided to make it a node. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Good job. Do you have a name for it? And they're like, no, you do that. You help us out. We don't want to run it. So not that I do much running them. You can see all the building going on here. So that's what really, I'm like, man, this place is looking pretty cool with all the building. Prices have kind of jumped. So I thought, all right, let's officially make it a lazy node. So it's a lazy bird node. And that's it. That's all I've got so far. So I don't know. I don't know if it will be included in the contest for builds or not. I'm not sure. We'll have to talk about that on Discord, or if you want to comment below. I really want to focus on the other two still. This is just a preliminary, discussions on this. But just with the building going on, the action here, and from talking to everybody, nobody else has started a node here yet. So I think we should take advantage of everything going on there. Really a cool area. And that was a different area, but up here, cool area, lots of waterfront. I've had these waterfront properties for a while. I sold one and actually bought another one, but neat area. So, and from what we've heard, there are 3 other nodes in this northern area. Monera has been one since the very beginning. I still have a property there I'm trying to sell. What was the other one? If I see was it Zoom? Wow. Where is it? Right here? Bandiera, maybe that one, because there's a lot of building going on. Oh, Zumbi, yeah. And Zumbi's one. That's a real small area. So we've heard that there's an official node there as well. I haven't checked prices in those neighborhoods, but we can do that right now. Why don't we do that and see? Because I know prices in Kokoda. If it's going to be a node, I should probably learn how to say it the correct way. Maybe I'll work on that. Prices up to 24, so prices jumped. They're at like 17 or 18 before the Porto release. Then they dropped down to like 14, and then they've jumped back up again with people buying and just a different, word of mouth getting around about the nodes. So, and then what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, let's look at the other one. Zoom B. Let's check out that one, see what price. 30,000. So prices are pretty high there as well, right? That's what happens with those real small nodes. When people start building and buying, prices can explode in those. And then Monera started out from the beginning with crazy prices. Last I checked, it was your floor is 110. So yeah, really expensive. And then Praia is the other one. Oh yeah, Praia de Bandeira. I like the United States names better, but that's okay. Prakata and wow. All right, so what's Praia at? Oh, it's at 30,000 too. And so that's kind of cool too, because then you have really almost all these nodes together. I wonder, we should see Pit and Gueras, what prices are there that's I haven't heard is a node, if they're a lot cheaper, since we need to compare all this together. There you go, 8,500. So, kind of shows you the power of nodes, right? 30,000, 30,000, 25,000, 8,000. Makes a big difference. So, like I said, I do have some properties in here. I've been buying them from the start and told people that. I actually sold a couple to get some money for Porto. So, well, it'd be interesting to see how that works. And like I said, I'm not the only person making this call. There's another player who's bought a lot, building a lot in there. So he wanted some help with that. Really happy to do that since I like that area. And we talked about Saud before as well. I still have a few properties in there, but let's see what prices are there. I'm just not quite as excited about that one. Oh, there we go. I don't know how to make those crazy characters on my keyboard. I'm sure there's a way. 13,000. So those prices are still right about where they have been on the floor. All right, so that's the news. Maybe I'll do another video with some collection predictions on Porto. I'll have to talk about the Manhattan properties I bought to gain more UPIX. We'll have more information on the lazy node stuff, all kinds of cool stuff coming up. So love seeing new subscribers, love seeing comments. Let me know what you think about this. What should we do with the node? Should we just promote it and talk about it, or should it be part of the contest or not? A lot of different nuances and things to figure out there too. But for now, we're being lazy. Just let it be the lazy bird node. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back soon. Take care.